Good day. Today I will be discussing about the energy sources in the Philippines. These are the overview of the topic. The Philippines is a net energy importer despite low consumption levels relative to its Southeast Asian neighbors. The country produces oil, natural gas, and coal. Geothermal, hydropower, and other renewable sources account for a significant share of electricity generation. In 2019, total primary energy consumption in the Philippines was about 1.9 quadrillion British thermal units or BTU. The largest share of total primary energy consumption was petroleum and other liquids 45%, followed by coal 36%, natural gas 7%, non-hydropower renewables 7%, and hydroelectricity 4%. Next is petroleum and other liquids. Crude oil, gasoline, heating oil, diesel, propane, and other liquids, including biofuels and natural gas liquids. The Philippines has only two active petroleum fields, Gallup, an offshore field in the northwest Palawan Basin, and Alegria, an onshore field in the province of Cebu. However, the Philippines Department of Energy, or DOE, working with Searcher Seismic, is assessing more than 5,000 miles of the East Palawan Basin for fish hydrocarbon exploration potential. And these are some of the examples of petroleum and other liquids. Next is natural gas. Natural gas is a mixture of gases which are rich in hydrocarbons. All these gases, methane, nitrogen, carbon dioxide, and etc., are naturally found in atmosphere. Natural gas reserves are deep inside the earth near other solid and liquid hydrocarbons, beds like coal and crude oil. And these are some examples of the natural gas. Next is coal. Coal is primarily used as fuel to generate electric power in the United States. In coal-fired power plants, bituminous coal, bituminous coal, or lignite is burned. The heat produced by the combustion of the coal is used to convert water into high-pressure steam, which drives a turbine, which produces electricity. Coal production in the Philippines increased for the fourth consecutive year. Production grew by 14% to 16,832 million short tons or MMS in 2019. Philippines listed Semirara Mining and Power Corporation or SMPC is the primary coal producer in the Philippines and contributes to about 98% of total coal production annually. Coal imports grew to 29,306 MMS. Although imports are important for electricity generation, the Philippines also imports coal for coking, clay works, and other industries. Coal exports doubled to 12,165 MMS in 2019. China receives 96% of the Philippines coal export. And these are some examples of coal. Next is electricity. Electricity is the flow of electrical power or charge. It is a secondary energy source, which means that we get it from the conversion of other sources of energy like coal, natural gas, oil, nuclear power, and other natural sources, which are called primary sources. These are the example of electricity, the lighting and the tower. Next is the impact and consequences of the energy sources in the Philippines. Impact and consequences of petroleum and other liquids. Even though new technology has addressed some of these problems to various extents, of most serious impacts of petroleum use in global climate change. As a fossil fuel, its combustion contributes to polluting emissions, especially of carbon dioxide, one of the most dangerous of the greenhouse gases. The impact and consequences of natural gas. Natural gas environmental impact is based on three pillars. Number one is drilling and extraction. Drilling a well can affect wildlife and land use. With this intervention, local ecosystems could collapse, breaking migration patterns, pollute rivers and streams, causing erosion of dirt, and pollutants are all side effects of natural gas extraction. Next is transportation. Building an infrastructure to transport the gas from the wells to natural gas power plants is also a polluting process. Laying pipelines can cause habitat fragmentation and cross-kill areas from the perspective of nature. Gas leaks from pipes can cause big environmental trouble in the groundwater levels and even on the surface. Next is burning and consumption. Natural gas is the most environmentally friendly fossil fuel because it burns cleaner. In power plants, natural gas emits 50 to 60% less carbon dioxide than regular oil or coal-fired power plants. It also emits greenhouse gases with a lower life cycle into the atmosphere. However, the combustion also releases methane and lowers air quality. Next, coal. Effects of coal mining. Surface mines, sometimes called strip mines, were the source of about 64% of the coal mined in the United States in 2020. These mining operations remove the soil and rock above coal deposits or seams. The largest surface mines in the United States are in Wyoming's Powder River Basin, where coal deposits are close to the surface and are up to 70 feet thick. Next is the emissions from burning coal or pagpapalabas. Several principal emissions result from coal combustion. Sulfur dioxide, which contributes to acid rain and respiratory illnesses. Nitrogen oxides, which contribute to smog and respiratory illnesses. Particulates, which contribute to smog, haze, and respiratory illnesses and lung disease. Carbon dioxide, which is the primary greenhouse gas produced from burning fossil fuels, coal, oil, and natural gas. Mercury and other heavy metals, which have been linked to both neurological and developmental damage in humans and other animals. Fly ash and bottom ash, which are residues created when power plants burn coal. Next is electricity. Impact and consequences. Environmental impacts of the electricity system. Nearly all parts of the electricity system can affect the environment, and the size of these impacts will depend on how and where the electricity is generated and delivered. In general, the environmental effects can include emissions of greenhouse gases and other air pollutants, especially when a fuel is burned. Use of water resources to produce steam, provide cooling, and serve other functions. Discharges of pollution into water bodies, including thermal pollution or water that is hotter than the original temperature of the water body. Generation of solid waste, which may include hazardous waste and distribution lines and effects on plants, animals, and ecosystems. Some of these environmental effects can also potentially affect of human health, particularly if they result in people being exposed to pollutants in air, water, or soil. The environmental effects of the electricity you use will depend on the sources of the generation or the electricity mix available in your area. And that's all. Thank you.